Since this comment's kind of vague and didn't really elaborate, I'll go into it a little bit. Yes, more wear on the struts if you're constantly doing it, right? And the manual tells you how to set it, tells you that lifting it is fine. And in case of emergency, low power, feel free to manually move the hatch as you need it open or closed. Important thing to keep in mind is that you do not want to work against the motors or try to manually move the hatch while the motors are working. Wait until the motors aren't running and then go ahead and make your manual adjustments. You got to keep in mind that yes, premature wear will happen with the strut if you're constantly doing things like that, but these are made to be able to manually adjust them, right? People with lower garages, things like that, people who want higher room, because I had it lower at a point and I just kept smacking my head. That lasted like 3 days, change it back higher. Other things happen, right? Low battery, dead battery, need to get in there, go ahead and manually move it. These are made to tolerate that. Premature wearing is primarily going to come from people who just are messing around with the trunk way too much manually, trying to move it while the motors are going, things like that. Another thing to keep in mind is to properly maintain it. You can use white silicone. I'm using dry lube, especially on places like the strut, inside my doors, hinges, things like that. Benefits of using dry lube on the hatches and inside the door hinges to keep them moving freely, squeaks, things like that, is just to lubricate it without it soaking up all that grime and debris on day-to-day life. $7 or $8, just give it a quick spray. I don't really need these because the last time that I cleaned my car, quick spray. When you close it, if you are dealing with any squeaks or anything like that, let the dry lube get in there. And again, you can use white lithium, but it can attract dirt, grime, and debris that we see on day-to-day life. That's what I should be using on my sunroof. I didn't have the dry lube when I did the maintenance on my sunroof last month, but that's what I'll be doing moving forward. I'll also use them inside the doors from time to time whenever I'm cleaning or I just feel like they could be touched up on, just to try to keep some of the dirt and debris outside of there. You can also use them on the locking mechanisms, things like that, to keep them well lubricated if you feel like they aren't. Like I said, it's a good thing to keep in mind using dry lube, just because, especially with the locking mechanisms, these areas, locking mechanisms, struts, properly lubricated without increasing the risk of bringing more dirt and debris in. Just some food for thought for your maintenance.